Hi, friends. You know how sometimes you don't feel very good, or you're very excited and happy, or you're very sad, or something just makes you feel so strongly, and you just have to cry? Yeah, sometimes we do that. Let's practice our crying face and our crying sounds, okay? We'll do that all together. Here we go. Oh, yeah, sometimes we cry. Our story today is about Joseph. And when Joseph was little, his brothers sold him to somebody who was passing along on the road and going to Egypt, and they didn't want him anymore, so they sold him. Those people took him to Egypt, and they just figured he had died. That's what they told their dad. No, he died. And so years later, Joseph was in Egypt. He was very respected and had a really big job. And his brothers came to Egypt to try to get some help. See, where his brothers lived, there was no food to eat. They couldn't grow crops, and they just didn't have enough. So they came to Joseph in Egypt to ask him for help. You know what? They didn't know it was Joseph, because they thought he was dead, because they had sold him years ago. And that's when Joseph cried. So Joseph's brothers were right there with Joseph, and he was so overwhelmed that he cried. So let's do our crying. Ready? Here we go. Joseph was so overwhelmed to see his brothers that he couldn't help but crying. Oh, because he was so glad to see them, and he told them who he was. They never expected to see him again. And so Joseph said, look, go get our dad and get everybody else in the family and bring everybody down here to Egypt, and I'm going to provide you with a place to live, plenty of crops to grow, plenty of animals to take care of. You're going to be just fine. His brothers never would have expected that, because they didn't know he was alive. They had done a terrible thing. They had sold him. So now here he was doing this for them that saved their lives. Wow, Joseph, that was really good of you to care for your brothers in that beautiful way. Thanks be to God for this beautiful story. May God bless us all.